was born in South Bend, Indiana in July of 1993. However, after my parents divorced, my mom and I moved. While some may feel pity on me for being a child of a broken family and the victim of male oppression, I just see it as the way family structure has changed. This is in line with the functionalist view on marriage and divorce. My mom and I were never outcast, as divorce is now less stigmatized. It's been just me and my mom for as long as I can remember, and I have always loved my ascribed status of an only child and daughter. My roles of an only child of a single parent may have been, and still are, different than the typical roles of a daughter, but I don't mind. I may not have had all the advantages that come along with a two-parent income, but my mom was always there for me while growing up, and I can thank her for the best childhood and young adulthood. I grew up in a farmhouse in the small town of Plymouth in northern Indiana with my mom. From preschool to middle school, I attended St. Michael's Catholic School. Individuality was oppressed as our uniforms were very strict. I actually once got in trouble for wearing my gym shirt inside out because my friend was forced to do that since her polo shirt was considered the wrong shape. We both broke the norms at the school that day. This span of my life was strictly ruled, but I thought of it as the norm at the time. My views on life were changed when I went to the local public high school. I no longer was told what to wear, to walk in a single file line to the bathroom, and what my religious views had to be. I could have believed in Calvinism if I so desired. I also made new friends. These friends were from all types of backgrounds, something not as normal at the private school. Many kids were from families of immigrant farm workers. From a conflict theorist perspective, these families are constantly suppressed by those in more power. It was hard for these kids to make friends because they may only be at the school for a few months. Tension was increased as these students were never accepted by the native students. Our cafeteria was literally separated. Half of the tables were filled with Mexicans and the other half were filled with Caucasians. The town of Plymouth is a conflict theorist dream, as families that live here for decades are more powerful in the business sector and the social world. It may be that those in power are trying to suppress those beneath them and keep it that way. While being a young child in Plymouth was nice, as everyone knows everyone, once I grew older, I realized that there is a silent power struggle for money and social recognition. If you are not born into a high social location in Plymouth, it is not likely that you will climb the social ladder before leaving for college. The social structure was predetermined a long time ago, and I don't see it changing anytime soon. Plymouth is a melting pot for tension between classes, whether it be ethnicity, education, or job status. Karl Marx would have certainly enjoyed a case study on my hometown. Even with all my new peer groups in the high school, I still had the best friend that I did when I was 2 years old. Emily and I may not always have the same views, and we are definitely two very different individuals. However, it is these different personalities and our childhood experiences that form the best of friendships. I never felt as if I could be myself around most of my fellow students, as they took dramaturgy to a whole new level with impression management dominating their lives. However, this was never the case with Emily. Friendships were important to me, but I was mainly focused on my achieved status of a good student. With a lot of work, I graduated in the top 5% of my class. I overcame the role conflict between being a student and a high school volleyball player. I went above the expectations of the roles of being a student as I graduated 9th in my class. One of the unusual aspects of my socialization has been my fight with rheumatoid arthritis that began in high school. I missed most of my junior and senior year of high school as doctors were racing to find the correct medicine to unlock my joints. While I may have missed out on many typical activities as a high school student, I don't consider myself deprived. My fight with arthritis, with its peak during my high school years, has taught me to never give up on my dreams of education. Many teachers thought I would fail out, but I proved them wrong with my high graduating academic career. I learned that life may not always be easy, but that is no reason to give up and let others tell you what will become of you. Plymouth High School may have been a war zone in social aspects, but it served its manifest function of education and granted me a high school diploma. This diploma has allowed me to become a student at Butler University. While it's not always easy financially, I'm determined to get a college degree from the university that I love and continue my pursuit to become a therapist. I've grown into who I am today because of the values my mom instilled in me through the years of a toddler to just a few weeks ago when I saw her last. My mother and true friends have definitely been the biggest factor in my socialization. My life has taught me that society does not need to dictate who I am in all aspects. While societal conflict and strain may make my life and dreams difficult at times, as I am a female from the lower class, that is no reason to deter my perseverance.